My name is Matt Tate. This is my wife.
Hi.
And your name? And these are our three kids, Jacoby, Mackenzie, and Chesney. That's one of our challenges we'll get to later. They're wonderful kids, but as new business owners, that is a challenge in our life. We are the new owners of OsteoStrong Wenatchee, and we're thankful to bring it to the Wenatchee Valley. It's cutting edge, revolutionary blue ocean technology. We don't really have any competition. We do some really great and powerful things. First, I want to share our story. Brittany and I have always dabbled in small business. We actually met working together, so we've always worked together in some fashion or another. I had a career in education. I was a longtime coach, ended up being an athletic director. She had a stay-at-home mom, work-at-home mom daycare, which we were thankful because our kids got to experience being with their mom all the time, and we still got to make a little bit of money. As we progressed through our life, the daycare was kind of, I was done with coming home at 5 o'clock and having a house full of toys, and our kids were getting to the point where they were going to be off to school. So we decided to start saving up for either investing in real estate or investing in a business, investing ourselves. About a year ago, in the middle of November last year, we went to a Tony Robbins business development conference, personal development conference in West Palm, Florida. And that's where we found OsteoStrong. And it's funny, we go through 4 days, I don't know, show of hands, who knows who Tony Robbins is? Yeah, good crowd of people here, obviously entrepreneurs. Yeah, exactly, the woe clap, the whole thing. It took me 2.5 years of encouragement from a buddy of mine, hey, you got to go to UPW. Okay, sounds good, we'll go. Booked a plane ticket one day. Long story short, it's a 4-day conference. The very last day, they start talking about products and things that Tony's involved in. And one of the cool things is Tony owns multiple companies, and he's all about changing the world, feeding the world, improving the lives of people. And our CEO of OsteoStrong stepped up on stage. His name's Kyle Zagrodzky. I'm fashioning after Kyle today. This is what he wears every day. And he starts talking about this musculoskeletal strengthening system, and he mentioned something called Wolff's Law. And I have a bachelor's degree in kinesiology. I was a PE teacher, strength and conditioning coach, all that stuff. And I said, oh, Wolff's Law, that's cool. That really resonates with me. It's one of the things that I took away from my 4 years at WSU. And I looked at her and I said, I don't want to be sold, I'm out. So I left. She sat through the whole presentation. I went to the booth and I sat there for 2.5 hours and just listened. Because I believe that if you can get a feel for a company and a corporation and kind of see where their heart is, and if their values and principles align with your values and principles, it's probably a good thing. So Brittany came along after the presentation. We were there until they were packing the whole booth up, literally moving the equipment out, like, you guys got to go. And I was like, okay, well. So we go to a little bowling alley, had a drink or two, and we're researching OsteoStrong. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is really revolutionary stuff. And I'm kind of an early adopter, and she kind of follows me sometimes with my crazy ideas. So we're like, yeah, so we submitted for some information. It's a franchise. And, long story short, October 10th, we were able to open OsteoStrong Wenatchee. After a long year of experiencing some of the ins and outs of what it means to become a small business owner. I mean, the chamber people can attest. We came here in March. Yeah, we're going to be open in June. We're so excited. Maybe it was February, yeah. And we thought the Wenatchee Valley was a great place because OsteoStrong, in being that it's revolutionary, cutting edge, we have a lot of forward-thinking people here, and I'm appreciative of that we have people that aren't afraid to do something different. The way OsteoStrong works, it's a musculoskeletal strengthening system. We put your body in the strongest positions possible in the safest manner. We do what's called force impact emulation. Our robotic devices, it looks like a gym, but we're not a diet, not a drug, or a gym. Our robotic devices give instantaneous biofeedback as you are in total control of the amount of force you exert. And so when your body exerts maximal force in the safest position, you stimulate something called osteogenesis. And osteogenesis is your central nervous system's natural adaptive response to that force. We can look across the spectrum of the years, and with Wolff's Law and his research, we've learned that gymnasts have the highest muscular density and the highest bone density. The reason they have that is because of the constant force they undergo. Okay, think about when you were a kid, right? Jumping in the playground, running around. I was out till the streetlights came on. We try and have that same thing here, but most of their peers don't. That's just the reality of screen time today. So anyways, so they've learned that if you impact 4.2 multiples of your body weight, you can stimulate rapid osteogenesis, which builds muscle tissue and bone tissue from the foundational level. It's revolutionary, and the best part about it is it's 10 minutes a week. We have a 9-year-old here that pushes in his lower body over 1,000 pounds of forced exertion. I do just over 2,200 pounds, and we have a 70-year-old male that's gone from like 500 pounds in his first session to almost 1,500 pounds in their lower growth trigger. It looks like a leg press. So it's 10 minutes a week, and our biggest problem now is that you guys are like, no way, this isn't possible. The cool thing is we build strength, we increase your agility, reduce joint and back pain, improve balance. We've seen measurable increases in balance with our members. And then also a side effect, which is really the foundation of where it came from, is we have the ability to reverse the effects of osteoporosis and build bone density in 10 minutes a week, all natural. So our biggest problem right now is we had a real core group of people that were early adopters, and we need to get in front of groups of people. So what are the best ways to get in front of groups of people like this? What are some places that you know of that we can reach out to? How can we just bring this education and bring this to the Wenatchee Valley and keep growing our business? It's kind of our ask where we're at. So. Oh, that's a great question. In the way the business is set up, it's about the experience. And one of the cool things about our partnership, and not just, I have the heart of a teacher. I really enjoy that part of building kids and stuff. Brittany has an amazing heart. And so it's about the experience. You come in, and I'm going to let Brittany explain kind of what the experience looks like. Walk us through what they would experience when they come into OsteoStrong.
I have to get kind of close to it.
We have to get close because I got the microphone.
So when a person comes in, we know who they are most of the time, unless they just walk in off the street. We know who they are. So greet them by saying their first name, by giving them a handshake, a high five, a hug, whatever they're comfortable with. There's somebody that's constantly walking with the person through their 10-minute session. So we get to know the person. We carry on conversations. We get to know about their family, their work, their kids, their dogs, what vacations they go on. Just creating a welcoming environment, a comfortable place for people to come and hang out. Each session is about 10 minutes, like Matt was saying. So we start with 2 minutes on a whole body vibration plate where a person's you're standing there. You can do some movements and stuff, but for the most part, we just carry on a conversation. So having meaningful, deep conversations with our members and getting to know them on an intimate level is important to us.
It's about the experience. It's about creating an environment. If you walk into our center, we have a front desk area with the computers where we do kind of our, registration and sign up and scheduling stuff. Then we have kind of a living room set up with a TV, coffee maker, water. I'll tell a story about Joan, one of our members who came in early on. She lives with her daughter. She rides the Link Transit, the one that goes right to the doorstep. I don't know what the name of that is. So anyway, so Joan's an early adopter. She's a member. She came in, but the problem with that for her is it's on like an hour time cycle. So you get dropped off, and then you have to wait an entire hour. Well, thankfully, we have a couple places she can go eat. And so she was leaving after one day. And I go over there for lunch. I have another occupation here. I go over there for lunch pretty regularly. And Joan's like, can I come back and just kind of wait? And I was like, yeah, Joan, come on in. Well, the best thing about that is she's able to interact with people. And we know as we age, that social interaction is really important. And so as that elderly population is one of our market segments, stories like that, we want to create an environment people want to be there, and they want to just hang out, and they want to be a part of what we do. So that's kind of the take care of your members thing. Oh, thank you. That's a great idea. So reaching out to major corporate places. Would that be like through their HR department, do you think? Is that how those employees, I don't know. I worked in the schools, but we didn't really have anything specific like that. So through their HR departments of major companies. Yeah, we look at the market demographic. We do have the postmenopausal elderly population that needs to reverse the effects of osteoporosis, decrease fall risk, build strength, and increase balance. So when we're talking to those demographics, those are our points, our key points. Talk about the weekend warriors, that are middle-aged, my age on up to, 55 or so. Joint and back pain is an issue. For the longest time, I had incredible wrist pain. I played a lot of baseball, hit a lot of baseballs, did a lot of keyboard typing work. That has since been reduced significantly, just with my 8 weeks that I've been undergoing regular sessions. Those of you that, we have another member, he's 38, just turned 38, right? His goal, he's got young kids, he wants to be able to play with his kids and wants more energy. So those are some things we can tap into for that middle market segment of the weekend warrior, those kind of middle-aged people. And then the performance athlete. When you're a performance athlete, how many of you grew up playing sports or working out regularly or competing at a high level? So we go through things which are called plateaus, right? And believe it or not, the plateau that you experience is your nervous system protecting your body, because the foundation of your body is your musculoskeletal chain. And so if your skeletal system can't handle what your muscle's doing, then your nervous system will shut down automatically. So what we do is we allow you to reach past those plateaus. So when we talk about that younger population, performance athletes or this, we're able to basically strengthen your skeletal system to allow you to perform at a higher level. So we do have those 3 market segments, and is kind of a challenge, because we can get everybody, and there's benefits to everybody. So that's one of our.
There's a lot of people that are like, well, what do you mean it's good for people who are 9 to 99? Like, how does that work? Well, everybody has a skeletal system, so it works for everybody. So it's one of those unique struggles that we have, or unique challenges that we have, is getting to everybody. We don't accept insurances. We can take like health savings accounts and flexible spending accounts, but we're not an insurance approved provider.
33,000, and by the year 2035, there's going to be 33,000 elderly people in Wenatchee, aging, which is like 50 and older, 55 and older maybe.
So that seems like a tremendous growing market.
Yes, it is. And so Brittany had an ACL tear like 4 years ago. Yeah. And so she went to Dr. Rossi, and we've been by Dr. Rossi's office. But what we experience is like I mean, you guys are like 10 minutes a week, really, we can do this? Yeah, we can. And so as we build, so I guess part of that is in this small network here, or if you know somebody who knows somebody, hey, I heard about this cool thing called OsteoStrong. It might be worth your time. So we need some people that have influence. We need some influencers in those types of areas, with PTs. We presented the Chiropractors Association, but still there's a little bit of hesitation because there's a sense of competition I get, like a gym, like try to get in with Works, with Aaron Branham over there. I've met with him a couple times, but there's this sense of competition. Really, we're complementary to a lot of those things, physical therapy, the gym, a chiropractor. We're really complementary to those services. So that's definitely a good point. So if anybody has any contacts, you can kind of say, hey, that'd be great. The bunker's actually right across from our location. We're located at 1250 North Wenatchee Avenue, across from Sumo. We would definitely, if you had any ties there to bring disabled, I have a guy that works in our office I've invited in, he walks around and hobbles. I'm like, dude, you gotta go, just, I'll buy you 6 months. Like, it was September 11th, and I texted her, I was like, hey, he needs something. He's like, I'm scared. There's a lot of apprehension, but the VA is definitely a good place for us to work with.
We do have a Facebook page, and we've been starting to get video testimonials from people. We've had one lady that I was talking about, Joan, she came in one day and she's like, Brittany, I don't have any more hip pain. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, that's so cool. And she goes, this is the only thing that I've done differently. I haven't changed my diet. I haven't added any other exercise. She's like, this is the only thing I've changed. And I was like, do you mind if we get that on video? And she's like, absolutely not. So we did a testimonial video, posted it to our Facebook. So just like Ole was saying, like, getting our Facebook page out there and liked and shared is going to be huge, so that more people in the community can see it and can see that we have these people that are experiencing these awesome gains and freedom. As we were bringing this to Wenatchee, it's pretty tough to look at someone and say, hey, guess what, we're going to do this. And they're like, no way. Well, as we've been open for 6 to 8 weeks, now we can tap into those testimonials. And we would appreciate if all of you looked up OsteoStrong Wenatchee and liked our Facebook page and shared it with your friends. That would be awesome, even if you don't get a chance to come in.
So question on that, because that's kind of the area that I'm trying to work with. You know, our bread and butter is really the older, I think that's kind of the needs-based, which are, you know, people that have osteoporosis. I want to reverse that. I want to take care of that in a natural way. That's the needs-based population, but I believe wholly in the fact that we're going to affect the way performance athletics works. There's going to be regular athletes and OsteoStrong athletes in the future, and that's kind of where we're at there. I've called those people. I sat down with Aaron at Works. He's actually the strength trainer for the Wenatchee Wild. I called Matt DeLisi from the Wenatchee Wild. He's brand new, their athletic trainer. What is the best way, and I've called the athletic directors at both high schools, Russ over there, yeah, Waterman, and Jim Beeson up there at Wenatchee High School. I've called them multiple times. So what is the best way for me to bring that to those people in your experience? How do I get in front of them and get them to come be a part of what we do? So the exact voicemail I left to Russ Waterman. Hey Russ, this is Matt Tate, former athletic director at Royal High School. We brought a new business to OsteoStrong Wenatchee, and I was wondering if I could talk to you about our business and look at some possible sponsorship opportunities. That was my angle. I don't know what else I could do, because I was in my athletic, like I wrote my master's thesis on booster clubs in high school athletics. Like that was my entire project. So I was like, oh, that's gonna get him, right? And so I just walk in, I guess.
You have to go see him.
Right.
No, it's the wrong person. You need to speak to the person who's doing the sponsorships, which is Gretchen Lutler.
For the Wild. And Gretchen is on. Yep, she called her this week because that was one thing we looked at. I was like,
Look at it as
maybe
a
we need to
sponsorship.
go there,
and
boom.
Talk with that person first because they can connect you.
Or the booster club president, not the athletic director, because the booster club president is the one that is doing the fundraising and sponsorships. Thank you for that reminder. Because it's so far removed from what we know is normal, and we're blue ocean, so there's no competition. We're on the cutting edge of where things are. We offer a free complimentary session. Anybody in the room that wants to come in, anybody that I meet, hey, come in and do a free complimentary session. That's kind of standard practice for what we do. Also in January, we're going to run a promotion, which is going to be called the 4-week challenge, where you come in for 4 weeks. We show that our system works, and you commit to being a part of what we're doing because it's helping you. So those are two angles that we're going to take marketing once the first of the year. That's kind of our Q1 marketing strategy for building that excitement. So.
We've been making progress with that, and we've had a couple different assisted living centers and retirement communities in for complimentary sessions. So we're still working through our list and trying to get people to come in and to take. The first session is about 45 minutes, so for some people that's a little bit of a push to get them out of their business or out of their everyday routine. And then each session after that's only 10 minutes. But getting people to commit to 45 minutes has proven to be a little bit difficult for us. So
how are you closing them as soon as you're done with, here's the free complimentary session, now you need to buy our services because this is how it helps?
yeah, so we ask people, like, can you see yourself doing this? 10 minutes once a week. We will offer a second complimentary session so people can actually come in and see how it really only takes 10 minutes. And then asking them if they can see themselves getting better after their first session. When they come back for their second session, asking how they felt after that and if that's something that they want to continue feeling as they go through the rest of their life. Aging like proactively instead of reactively is a huge point.
That's wonderful. So we have the home show on our list. If there are any other events like that, like a health and wellness, and we just found out yesterday about something that's going on tomorrow at Pybus. We were in Pybus last week. Like, hey, can we set up a table, whatever? Oh, we don't do that. Well, then we just found out that there's like a health and wellness show there tomorrow. And we really wish that they would have said, hey, but we have this thing going on. But so if you guys have anything, we took a huge leap of faith. We have zero network in Wenatchee. We moved to North Central Washington in 2010 for my job. We live at Crescent Bar. So we're starting a business with zero network. It's been amazing to be welcomed with open arms. There's wonderful people here, just like yourselves. So any sorts of tidbit like, oh, this show or that show or go here that you guys have, send us a Facebook message. Let us know right here. We'll write it down. So. Like I said, with the chamber, we've been supported with open arms. Brittany's in a BNI group on Thursday mornings. They've been incredibly supportive. Just any sort of support, any sort of guidance you guys can provide. This has been wonderful feedback, reassuring, and then also some new ideas spawned from the conversation. If you know somebody who could possibly benefit from what we do, and like I said, we go from 9 to 99, we would appreciate you sharing our information. We do have some brochures and stuff. Any ideas you have as far as home shows, we'd love those. So just any sort of tidbit information. I've been in the Wenatchee Valley for this long, and I did these things when I started, and it really proved to be fruitful. And whether that's a message or, a conversation here after we're done, email, whatever, we just appreciate those kind. Like, I'm willing to try anything. I mean, I think failure is a great opportunity to learn. So if we try it and it fails, we'll try something else. So that's kind of what you guys can do to help us.